Welcome to Cosmic Coffee. I prompted in the last episode that this would be the mysticism episode, but that is next time. I mentioned in the last episode something that tends to land quietly and unclearly. I said that spiritual development is not about collecting spiritual experiences, but about building capacity. And then I realized that a lot of people have never been told what that actually means. So today I want to talk about what capacity is, why it matters, and why so many people are accidentally overwhelming themselves instead of evolving. When I say capacity, I'm not talking about willpower. I'm not talking about discipline. I'm not talking about how strong or how advanced you are. Capacity is the nervous system's ability to experience intensity without fragmenting. Intensity can be emotional, it can be cognitive, it can be spiritual, it can be joy. But when your system can't hold what it's experiencing, then it doesn't integrate, it just spills. From a nervous system perspective, capacity is about regulation. Your nervous system is constantly asking one question: am I safe enough to stay present? When the answer is yes, information flows, learning sticks, and insights start to integrate. But when the answer is no, the system goes into protection, fight, flight, freeze, or dissociation. A lot of what people call spiritual awakening symptoms are actually capacity mismatches. Too much information, too fast, and not enough grounding. Capacity is easier to recognize than it is to define. You've probably felt it in some people, even without having a word for it. Think about people who can sit in intensity without making it dramatic. They don't rush, they don't act impulsively, and they don't need to prove anything. I think Keanu Reeves is a good real-world example, and it's not because he's famous, but because of how little he needs from the room. He's been through loss, pressure, fame, and all that, and what people notice isn't his charisma, it's his containment. That's capacity. Presence without collapse, and kindness without performance. And since I'm an anime fan, I see it there too, in some characters. The ones who aren't loud about their powers. From My Hero Academia, there's Mr. Aizawa, known as Eraserhead. He is constantly under pressure, holds a lot of responsibility, and he sees chaos daily, but he doesn't fragment. He regulates first, and then he acts. That is high capacity, not emotional suppression, but emotional containment. And from Demon Slayer, there's Morichiro. People often mistake his quiet for emptiness, but what he actually has is enormous internal bandwidth. He can stay present inside fear, memory, and danger without losing coherence. None of these examples are about being emotionless. It's about being able to stay. Here's where mysticism and neuroscience actually agree. You don't grow by forcing expansion, you grow by stabilizing at new levels of intensity. Initiation historically wasn't about the visions that you had during deep meditations or physical depravity or psychedelic use. It was about the endurance of presence. Can you stay here while something uncomfortable moves through you? Can you stay embodied when meaning deepens? And can you stay regulated when your worldview shifts? That's capacity. Most people skip this part. They chase peak experiences, altered states, downloads, awakenings, without preparing the container. And that has people becoming anxious, dissociated, or completely burned out. It's not because they're doing anything wrong, but because no one taught them how to widen their nervous system gradually. Capacity is built the same way muscles are built, very slowly, with rests and with feedback. It looks like noticing your limits without judging, pausing after pushing, and learning how to downshift after intensity and letting integration catch up. Grounding practices matter. Sleep matters. Pleasure matters. Boredom matters. That one's a doozy. I'm honestly not an adept at it, but I understand and respect that it has purpose. So if your spirituality doesn't include your body, that's not capacity building. That is escapism. So if you're on a spiritual path and things are feeling overwhelming, it's not that you're failing at anything. It's just that your system is asking for more space, not more stimulation. Capacity is the practice. Presence is the initiation. and integration is the proof. We'll keep unpacking this more in future episodes. If you have any questions, please comment below. If it's a personal question and you don't want to put it publicly, the email address on the page, cosmiccoffeeshow@gmail.com, is always welcome for your comments and questions. See you guys next time. Stay weird, stay sovereign.